Hello, in this Flutter video, I am going to show you the container object, container class, which is used for essentially combining painting, positioning, and sizing widgets. And we can put other, widgets inside of it. We've got this text widget right here. We'll just be dealing with this, but the principle is exactly the same regardless of what type of, item, that you have on your app. You can put it within a column. It's great for essentially for positioning and sizing stuff. So to add a column, it's pretty simple. You just add the other child, so child colon. And did I say column? I think I said column, didn't I? I meant container. So if I said column at the start of the video, I'm pretty sure I did. I meant container. Everything else still applies about it, but I meant container. Okay, so we put a comma. We're going to get an error here. And the error is saying child was already specified. So we can only have one child here, but we can have multiple children inside the other child. So we can have a child inside this. So we can, control X this, put this here. And now we have a child inside of it. And if we was to reload it, nothing really changes. It's exactly the same. So why would we want essentially a container? So let me show you something. So we can add some properties to the container. Let me change the width of it. You can change the height. Where I'm only concerned with the width in this video, at least for now. If I put 10.0, put a comma, and if I reload it, as you can see, because it is, it just spans 10 pixels now, it is now restricted. So each letter, except for the L, because they're not very wide, are on their own line, and the R and the L as well, because they're not very wide either. If I did 20 and I reloaded it, as you can see, we have hello world, but it is still, not all on one line. But what happens if I put, let's say, 250, which is, pretty big? It's all on one line, but now it's towards the left. What we can do is now position the text item, and we can position it by putting a comma here, and now we can specify a sort of this text align, and we can change some different ones. So let's do right. So if I save that, as you can see, it moves to the right. But now what I want to do is add a background color to the container, because otherwise it's hard to see, where it starts, where it, ends, essentially, the size of it. We can do that pretty simply by just putting colors. Let's add one. Let's do red, which is my favorite color. So save it. As you can see, we can see the full restrictions now. And we can, obviously change the height property. So if I did that to 500, as you can see, it is 500 now. So that is really it for the container widget. There are more properties that you can change. You can add margin, you can add padding, you can add extra alignment properties, you can add, decoration for the foreground, you can even transform it using, rotation, that sort of stuff. But the principle is exactly the same. It's basically an extra property. And what I'm going to do, because you can never show every, different feature in a single video or even in a single series. So my aim is to provide you with everything that you will need to create apps and any extra resources to keep going beyond this series. So what I'm going to do is provide the link where you can access all of the code for the container class. If you have any questions though, feel free to pop me a message, and as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.